I recently wrote an academic CV for a client that went to Ireland and another in Lithuania. And these are the steps I followed. First thing is knowing what academic CV is. An academic CV is a CV that details all your work experience, your academic background, professional experience, courses you took, and a whole lot of information like that. Now, I want to show you the 12 steps you would need when you're writing your academic CV. Getting an admission or a scholarship largely depends on how structured your academic CV is. The first and most important step is your personal background. Now, you want to detail your full name, your email address, your home address, your phone number, and few personal information like that. You must make sure that this information is very, very, very authentic and shows who you are. Another very important part of this personal background is your summary. This summary should be discussing who you are, your interests, your life interests, and how you apply your interest in real life situation, thereby solving a whole lot of problems. It should also show how collaborative you are, how you could work with other professionals to solve real life problems. The second section of your CV should detail your academic background. Now, you want to tell the school that I studied this course in this university, I came out with this grade, this was my research objective, and this is how I achieved my objective. For instance, you want to tell the admission committee that you studied BSc in Commerce in the University of Nigeria, you came out with a second class upper, your topic was the effects or impacts of trade on SMEs. This is how your educational background should be detailed. Another thing that needs to be answered is your work experience, which is the third section. You want to give details about where you've worked, what you did, and which position you held. This is very important. You also want to put the dates. And of course, you have to include metrics. For example, you helped the company scale by 20%. You improved revenue from the first quarter to the third quarter at 50%. You want to show the actual metric of what you did rather than being too generic and say, I helped the company achieve revenue. No, you would want to add metrics. For example, I helped the company cut costs by 20% by implementing so and so strategy. They want to know what you actually did. And this is how your work experience should be written. That is what it should reflect. Another very important point is the fourth section, where you would include the conferences you've been to, seminars you've been through, workshop you've been to. These activities should reflect the fact that it is connected to your course of study. For example, you wouldn't put a makeup seminar if you're applying for cybersecurity, for instance. You wouldn't add that you went for a relationship conference when you're applying to biochemistry. Now, you would want to put conferences that are directly related to what you are applying to. This will boost your chances of getting the admission and, of course, securing funding. Number 5 is your publications. If you have publications, you have written an article in any journal, make sure you include it there. Put it in APA referencing format. APA referencing format is where you state the name, the surname, and the people that wrote this article with you. If you were more than 3, you add that. For instance, Gamaliel et al. 2025, you put your full stop, of course. Then the topic, effects of commerce on SMEs or effects of trade on SMEs. Then you add the title of the journal, you add the journal number, and if you have the DOI, the website in which you published this article, you could actually cite the website link in the reference. This will show that you are authentic and, of course, you published an article. The number 6th important section is your leadership section. Here you want to show what you did and where you did it. For instance, you led a group of volunteers or you led a group of people to fix something, or in school, you led a group of students as their faculty president or their class representative, or you worked in the SUG. There are several ways to show your leadership qualities. Even at work, say you were the head of a marketing committee that helped triple sales from implementing situation to a progressive situation. These are the key ingredients of your leadership skills. Number seventh, very important section is the section for honors and awards. If you got some certification, you got some award at work or in school, you have to include it there because it gives you this edge over candidates that don't even have any of those. Yes, number 8 is talking about certification. This is very, very important, and you should show that you have certification in the course that you are applying to. Say you are applying to accountancy, you should show that you have certification from verifiable links, verifiable companies, verifiable organizations that talk about accounting. You wouldn't upload certifications that are not directly related to accounting. If you don't have any of these certifications, I urge you to take short courses of 1-2 hours, bag these certifications, and of course, add them in your academic CV because they are very, very important when the competitions get tough. Where a lot of people are having all of these qualities and none of them have a certification, and you come up with about 5 certifications, you would have a better chance of getting funding, getting the admission, and having a better life in the country. Number 9 should be your network and membership. Where do you belong? What organizations do you belong? What charity homes do you belong? What associations do you belong? It is very important because it shows that you have commitment, you could work in a collaborative environment, and a whole lot. It tells about your integrity and your commitment to service. Number 10, which is, of course, important, digital skills. We are in the digital age. Every university wants to admit students that know about AI, that's students that know how to use Google Workspace, students that know how to use Microsoft Office, students that know how to use the latest technology, because we are moving from 21st century into the AI age. So you should be able to have sufficient digital skills that can help you. And of course, they'll be looking at people that can help their economy, because we are seeing this situation where countries don't want people that are analog anymore. They want people that can actually contribute to their GDP. And of course, if you have these digital skills, say in data science, in AI, in marketing and whatever, and you can show and prove that you have these skills, then the better for you. Number 11, which is of course important, the teaching experience. This very, very important aspect is pivotal if you are looking for scholarship. It's pivotal if you are looking for funding, because there are 2 types of scholarship. There's what we call the assistantship, that is teaching assistantship, graduate assistantship, where you help lecturers deliver lecture, where you mark scripts, where you work with admin, and the normal scholarship, which is the one you are fully funded and you do what you want to do and leave. This teaching experience is very, very important because it shows the level of commitment you have to academics, the love for academics, which would give you those set of opportunities and will make you different from your peers. The last thing, which is very important to me, I included it in the last CV I wrote for my clients, is the portfolio. Now, portfolio is more like evidence of what you have done around certification, around projects. Now, I would urge you not to put all your projects in the CV, because when it becomes too long, more than 3 pages, 2 pages, it gives the admission office a whole lot of stress to go through your CV, and you don't want to do that. What you could do is to attach a link to your portfolio where you already have your certification, your projects done, and all of that. So once the committee comes to that point, they could actually click on the link and have a brief overview of what you have done in the past. This is Gamaliel. If you love this content, like this content, share this content, and of course, become a subscriber.